Hello and welcome to I Tell Ya. What is this all about? Basically, if you don't like the honest, brutal truth about the world as it is, turn this off now. But I want to start by telling you why it is I choose to share with you. Why I choose to fight. Ultimately, I want to fight for what is important. I can no longer remain silent, remain voiceless, and basically remain complicit in what's happening in our world right now. I do this in a lot of ways because I have a daughter. And I see the world that we live in now, and I see the world that I grew up in. It isn't good. It isn't good for a lot of reasons, and that's what this show is all about. We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about economics. We're going to talk about life in general. And like I said, if you don't want the truth, by all means, turn this off. What is my aim? I was watching the other day a show, and a guy came on, and he said, you know, when I was young, I thought I would change the world. And as I grew older and I became wiser, what I thought I would do is I could change myself because I couldn't change the world. How with that, I'm glad I'm not old. I want to change the world. I want to change the world by starting a conversation that maybe will hit the right person at the right time. And by doing so, will change the dialogue of what's going on in our lives right now. The key thing to remember about all this, my voice all by itself means absolutely nothing. Your voice by yourself means absolutely nothing. You and I together means absolutely nothing. Every once in a while a voice rises up and can make a clamor for a little bit, but it can be removed. It can be silenced. However, if the right idea touches the right mind and the right group of people at the right time, and then we all get together as a group and say, this is what we want, this is what we need, then we have something what is called power. For the first time, we find we have access. What I mean by that is, when Gutenberg came around and created this thing called the Bible, he had a printing press. Unless you had a printing press, what you had to do is you had to sit there and you had to write everything you thought and pass it out and pray to God that somebody actually knew how to read. And so how did they control it? The only people that could read were the priests. Brilliant. So information was very limited. Then we had radio. We could sit there and we could listen to the fireside chats. But ultimately, someone owned that radio station. And unless they liked you, if they liked you, you got on. If they liked what you had to say, if you supported their point of view, then you got on. And then we got TV. This is a face not made for TV. I apologize in advance. But, again, if your idea was what they wanted, if you were selling what they needed, if you were supporting what they wanted you to say, then you got access to the TV. If you didn't, you didn't. And guess what? Your voice faded. Now, we have this wonderful new medium called the computer. We have YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We can get out there and reach 1 million minds that quick. And what do we choose to do with it? We make makeup shows. We make vulgar sports shows where we can be condescending in the art of supposedly being funny. We can make sex training videos, massage videos. We can even get whack jobs on here talking about some crazy ass stuff that I can't even understand. I think you'd have to be hit over the head with a sledgehammer in order to actually believe the crap that's coming out of your mouth. And yet, that's what we're making. I've even watched capitalists talk about the fact that they sat there and they took their dad's business and turned it from a couple million into 40 million. Good for you. Your dad had a $200 million business that you could work on. But that's not the reality of most of the people in the United States right now. As a matter of fact, the majority of people in the United States right now, will die, 50% of them anyway, will die never leaving anything to anyone else. They will die penniless and broke. Okay, maybe that's good. Maybe it's not. That's tell me what your opinion is. I want to hear it. But ultimately, I think there's something wrong with the picture. I think there's something wrong with the dialogue, and I think there's something wrong with the way we're doing things. And every night, I think that the powers that be have to drink themselves into a coma to stop from laughing at the stupidity of which we go at things. We take this power that we have now. For the first time, we can reach out, we can grab a hold of that power, and we make makeup videos. We have the power. We actually have the ability to reach out and get an idea out there, a kernel or a concept. And what do with it? We beat each other over the head with it. Or we make each other feel inferior by not having the right clothes or the right look or the right dress or whatever. Or we have some hidden agenda that we want to promote. I believe that the American people have forgotten one fundamental reason, one fundamental concept, one fundamental idea, one cornerstone that our society was built on. It was we the people. We. It wasn't the white people, the black people, the Hispanic people, the Islamic people, the Catholic people, the Protestant people. It was we, the people, in order to build. To build what? And that's what this show's about. What do you want? What do you want to build? Because I'm telling you, what we have right now, with the lack of empathy, the lack of caring, the lack of foresight of what's happening, the lack of understanding that we the people have the ability to build a more perfect union. We have the power to tell the people they're supposed to be representing us to do what it is we want. Instead, what do? We get on Facebook and talk about Jones whatever and John's whatever and talk about how this kind of crap is going to change. Ultimately, nothing in our society right now, nothing, absolutely nothing will ever change unless we all do one thing. Decide what it is we want to change. Decide what is really important. Decide what it is we, the people, want. The people want. So what we're going to do, what we are going to do, with your help, we are going to discuss life politically, life socially, and more importantly, we're going to discuss one thing that I think most people forget. Life economically. Economically. Because at the end of the day, what I would really like, instead of the people that are running this country right now having to drink themselves into oblivion every night because they're laughing so hard at our stupidity, I would actually like them to be staying up late at night worrying about the fact that maybe, just maybe, we woke up. God bless America.